तपाईँहरूको न्यानो स्वागत र आत्मीयताको लागि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद छ। यसमा बस्नुहुने विभिन्न व्यक्तित्वहरू हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूको नाम उच्चारण गर्ने प्रयास गर्नेछु। मिस्टर हिरोतारा यामासाकी हुनुहुन्छ, मिस्टर याची इनाबा हुनुहुन्छ, मिस्टर हितोसी युवामोतो हुनुहुन्छ, मिस्टर विज्ञान कुमार थापाजी हुनुहुन्छ, सिनिचरो सेनेमासा मिस्टर हुनुहुन्छ, मिस्टर टङ्कगरे हुनुहुन्छ, मिस्टर योगेश कार्कीजी हुनुहुन्छ, मिस्टर देवराज उप्रेती हुनुहुन्छ र यता कता मिस्टर राजेश हमालको पनि नाम छ। लिस्ट पढेपछि पुरै पढ्ने भनेर हुन त मलाई पनि एकदमै जापानिजमै भाषा के अरे भाषण दिन मन लागिरहेको थियो, के कुराहरू भन्न मन लागिरहेको थियो। तर के हो मेरो जापानिज भाषा चाहिँ नि खनिचुवा आरिगातो गोजाइमासु ओइसी सिमासेन गोमेनलाई देस्का अनि अर्को एउटा खाकुई लोगोले मलाई यसो हेरेर खाकुई देस्का यति मात्र हो। यति शब्द त अरू काफी छैन मन्तव्य दिनुको लागि। You know, like Mr. Hitoshi, I also wanted to give a speech in Japanese, but I think my Japanese language is only limited to about 8 words. And that is probably not enough to address this audience. I would like to thank you so much, all the Japanese guests who are present here. Thank you so much for your presence and thank you for your encouraging words. It means a lot to the Nepali community because Nepali community who have come here to Japan are trying their best to assimilate with the Japanese culture, to assimilate with the Japanese way of life, to understand Japanese tradition, Japanese work ethics, and trying to give their best. This definitely is not my first time in Japan. I've been to Japan many times in the last 20 years. But it's definitely a first time in Fukuoka. And like Mr. Hitoshi said, I totally agree with you. Fukuoka is an extremely beautiful city. It's very nice. For the last 2 days, I had an opportunity to go to a few places in Fukuoka, and I was absolutely impressed. I'm always impressed with the Japanese culture and the Japanese tradition and Japan itself. You know, I've been to many countries in the world, but I think Japan is a very unique country. It has its very special ways. And I think the Japanese people should try hard and work hard to maintain that, and to retain that. Because it is truly a very special country in the world, and very unique country in the world. So each time I come here, I get extremely impressed by Japan and the Japanese people and the Japanese various cities. I also had a great opportunity to visit Hiroshima for the first time yesterday. So it was a wonderful trip. I would like to thank all my Nepali colleagues for taking me there, taking their time out and taking me around in Hiroshima, which was a very historical event. And we always, everybody who goes there feels a pinch in their heart, and I felt the same way. And I can see that the Japanese tradition has overcome many challenges in their life as well. You know, if you look at Japanese history, it's exactly like someone said about Pablo Picasso. You know, it took you many efforts, many challenges to overcome that in order to reach the situation Japan has reached today. And I know that all the Japanese people have endured a lot of hardship, struggle. Hiroshima is just one example. There were so many incidents. So I think the Nepali community, what they can learn from the Japanese people is their resilience, their endurance, not to back out in the faces of challenge, and to try to give it their best and make their community best, make their own life best, and make the country best. That is, I think, what we can predominantly learn from the Japanese people. because sometimes we think, when we come here for the first time, oh, Japan is very nice, very comfortable. People are living a good life, good style, nice road, nice building, good food, nice money, maybe not. But it hasn't been easy for Japan also. There's a long struggle, hardship, challenges behind this success, behind the development that you see today in Japan. So this is what the Nepali community can learn from the Japanese people.
As long as we accept each other and see the commonality and learn from each other, that is the only way to create a good humanity. Because in today's globalization, no country and no community can live in isolation. Whether we like it or not, we're all interdependent and interconnected. And that is the result why we have so many Nepalis in Japan, and maybe other foreigners in Japan as well, because in today's world it's almost next to impossible to live in isolation. So connectivity will be there, and when there is a connectivity, when there are all kinds of people coming into a country and living and trying to make the best out of their situation, there has to be a great level of acceptance. We have to accept each other. So thank you so much for your encouraging words. तपाईहरुसँग वार्तालाप त भइ नै हाल्छ, गफगाफ हामी अहिले एकछिनपछि पनि गरौँला। अहिलेको लागि यही छोटो मन्तव्यका साथ म यहाँहरुलाई चाहिँ बिदा माग्न चाहन्छु। फेरि भेटघाट त भइ नै हाल्छ, हैन?